Okay, this example I'm just going to look at some examples of combination questions. So here's a question. Find the number of 5 card hands that can be dealt from a deck of 52 cards. Well, here one thing you want to notice that order does not matter in the deck of in your hand. It doesn't matter what order you hold that hand in. You shuffle the 5 cards in your hand. It's the same hand. So we just need to decide how many cards we have to choose from, which is 52, and how many cards we're selecting, which is 5. So this would be 52 choose 5, and then that equals a fairly large number. I believe it's 2,500,000 something. You can do that, do the calculations on your own. All cards must be spades. Okay, so that puts a restriction on us. So we still have 52 cards, or sorry, no we don't. We're still choosing 5 cards. R is still 5. We're still selecting 5 cards. But now since they must all be spades, we only have 13 cards to choose from, right? We're only allowed to choose the 13 spades, right? Hopefully you know that there's 13 spades in a deck of cards. You could just say 52 divided by 4 suits is 13, so that's why. Sorry. You're choosing 5. And then that is equal to, I'm not sure what it's equal to, you can do that using your calculator, but it's a much smaller number. All cards must be hearts or clubs. Well, the key here is or, so there's sort of case 1, all hearts, and that's the exact same as all spades that we did before. So it's still 13 choose 5, and then case 2 would be all clubs, and that's the exact same calculation. So 13 choose 5 equals whatever, and then what you're going to do with these two numbers, since it says or this is happening or this is happening, you will just add the two cases to get your final answer. So whatever the sum of this and this is, that would be your answer. And then the last one, there must be 2 aces and 3 kings. Well, here, notice it doesn't say or, it says and. You're being dealt 5 cards, 2 of them are aces, 3 of them are kings. You gotta think like fundamental counting principle. Sort of, there's 2 actions. Action 1 and action 2. So action 1 is getting 2 aces. And action 2 is getting 3 kings. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you get the 2 kings before, or the 2 aces before the 3 kings. It doesn't matter what order these actions are happening, it just matters that they're happening. So how many ways can action 1 happen? Well, how many aces are there to choose from? There's 4 aces, and you're choosing 2 of them. How many, action 2, how many kings are there to choose from? Again, there's 4 kings in a deck of cards, and you're choosing 3 of them. Now what are you going to do with these 2 numbers? Well, since both actions are happening and, you will use the fundamental counting principle and multiply. So a common mistake is people think you add these cases, but when both things are happening, you're getting the aces and the kings, then you